Welcome back, guys. This is Ashwin here. In this video we are going to solve the problem minimum loss. Lauren has a chart of distinct projected prices for a house over the next several years. She must buy the house in 1 year and sell it in another, and she must do at a loss. She wants to minimize her financial loss. So that is the objective of our problem. So here there is an example. So she has to buy some house at some point and sell it at some minimum loss. So her minimum loss is inquired by purchasing in year 2, that is 15, and reselling in year 5 at 12. So 15 minus 12 is 3. Like that you have to minimize her total financial loss. So that is our objective. So here it's not in like sorted order or something. We have to find the minimum loss at the same. So I'm going to go for some different optimal approach that we can able to solve it in linear time. Let's see more constraints and discuss about the problem later. So this is the constraints. So the constraints can go up to 10 to the power of 5. So the length can go up to 10 to the power of 5 means you can able to solve it in linear time or n log n. So that is the maximum. I think because of these two you can't able to solve it in n square time. Maybe it may solve also. I have to check, but we will go for optimized solution. So here in sample input 1 we have 3 houses. So when she buy at 5 and sell at 3, the minimum loss will be 2. So that is here. And in the sample example 2, we have multiple houses and we have to buy and sell it at minimum loss. So here you can able to see 7 and the 8 is there. If you buy at 7 and sell it at 8, that is considered as a profit. So you should not go for a profit, you should go for the loss. So what you can able to do is you can able to buy it at 7 and sell it at 5. So the financial loss will be 2. Like that you have to solve this problem. So these cases you have to consider, like you don't have to sell it at the profit, you have to sell it at the loss. That should be minimum. Okay, I think that is our sample inputs. Let's dive into the solution and go in a step-by-step manner. First, what I am going to do is for the optimal approach, I am going to use dictionary to store the indexes of the elements. So currently we don't know because the elements is not in the sorted order. If it's in the sorted order means we can able to compare the adjacent elements and compute the minimized loss. I think the overall time complexity will be n log n because of the sorting operation. So let's store the indexes to find whether it is greater than the current index. Like here you can able to see if you buy at 7 means we have to check the 5 is coming after 7. Satisfying this condition only we can able to compute the minimized loss. So let's define a dictionary. D equals a dictionary. Now I am going to enumerate the price. So for I comma p in enumerate of price. So I am going to iterate this and store the price as key and index as value. So this will store all the things. Now I have to sort the price. So price dot sort. So we can able to check for the adjacent elements. Now everything is in the sorted order means what will be happening here is I will sort this example so we can able to understand easily. So 2, 5, 7, 8, lastly 20. So this is our prices. Now for the main logic I have to initialize the value, minimum value. So I will just initialize. So min value equals sys dot max size. So usually we will just assign some numbers like 99999 but to go it in a proper way, we can able to assign the maximum available size. So using this sys module, you can able to initialize the maximum number. Now after that we will go into the logic. So for I in range of 1 comma len of price, so it will traverse from 1 because we are going to compare the adjacent elements. So first, if now as I already said, the index should satisfy the condition, that is d of price of I minus 1 is greater than d of price of I. So what this condition represents is, so here you can able to see at 7 we are going to buy and at 5 we are going to sell. So at selling price the value is minimum, right? So here the minimum value will be in the -1 and the current value will be in the I. So that's why I am comparing this index. So if this satisfies the condition, means based on the index, so here you can able to see 2 comes after 5. This doesn't satisfies this condition, so it will just move to the next index. So this condition will be enough, and after that we will just update the minimum value. Min value equals minimum of min value comma price of I, so that is the bigger number, minus price of I minus 1, that is the smaller number. So here after sorted, this is the numbers. So if I consider the next iteration, I minus 1 will be at 5 and I is at 7. So this will satisfy the condition because 5 is coming after 7. So this index is 1 and this index is 4. So this satisfies the condition, and this will compute the minimum value and store it. So this will do it for all the prices to find the global minimum, and finally we will just return the minimum value. So return min value. Okay, let's check whether it is working properly or not. As you can able to see, it is working properly. Before submitting the solution, let's recap the code once. So first I am just storing the index in a dictionary to compare whether it is coming after one after another, and after that I am just storing the maximum value in the variable, and finally I am just iterating the sorted prices. So the sorted prices are here, and first I am just comparing the index whether it is coming one after another. So if it's satisfies the condition, means it will compute the minimum value. Even here this satisfies the condition, means 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 will be stored here. That means if it satisfies the condition. So after finding the global minimum value, iterating all the prices here, we will return the minimum value. So here this doesn't satisfy the condition, and here the difference is 2, and this doesn't satisfy the condition, and for 8 also the difference is higher, that is 12. So even you can able to see it as here. So when we are at here, it doesn't satisfy the condition. Here it is 2, and when we are at 8, after 8 it is not 7 is not coming, so it will just not satisfy the condition. And finally 20 is 8 is coming after 20, so the difference is 12 and it's not a minimum value, so we will just return 2. And that's it guys. Let's submit the code now. Yeah, I think we have successfully solved the problem. If this video is helpful to you, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and share the video to your friends if it is helpful. Stay tuned for the next video.